Hi, BrenTech here, where tech is made simple. So we also get our optional bug fix C-release update rolling out for Windows 11 24H2. And the update was rolled out late yesterday in my part of the world. And if you do decide to install it, because it's optional, the update is KB5052093. And this is the update I posted on a couple of days ago when it was still in preview and has now made its way to stable. Now you will see a bit of a difference to the other updates, and that's because once again, when I searched for updates this morning and I seeked for updates earlier today, I couldn't find the update on my Windows Update page, even though I had this toggle turned on. And this is now the second time this has happened. It happened at the end of January, happened at the end of February. You can see end of January I had to download and install the update manually. End of February I had to download and install the update manually. And it wasn't listed as an optional update either deeper in the Windows Update. So I have seen a couple of comments where this is happening. So if you don't know how to install an update manually, I'll leave a video I have posted on that where you can download it from the Microsoft Update catalog like I did. If you wish to install this update, which I only recommend doing if you are experiencing any issues with your OS or you're really looking out for a new feature, which by the way, there are 10 new features with this update. That's one more than when it was still in preview. Now, focusing on what's new and the highlights rolling out gradually. So these features are going to be rolling out gradually and these fixes. So you may see some of these, you may not. So just take that into consideration. First of all, there's a fix for the Task Manager where apparently it might identify an HDD as an SSD, so that's a niggly little issue that's been fixed now in the Task Manager. And then the first of 10 new features, as mentioned, is you can now share files directly from a jump list on the taskbar. And jump lists appear when you right-click an app that has a jump list, as you may well know, and that's also rolled out for 23H2. And then the Windows Spotlight for the desktop gets 2 new improvements, which I'm still not seeing. Remember, these features are on a gradual rollout, where there's a quick way you can find out more information about a background image, says Microsoft, where you can hover over the image or click the Learn About this picture icon. And the second improvement for Spotlight Desktop is the update makes Windows Spotlight easier to find, where you'll notice changes to the icon color and background. Also, the icon will show at the lower right instead of the top right of your desktop, where it currently is found, and I'm not seeing any of those improvements. Now, if we head over to our lock screen quickly, there is a improvement that Microsoft lists that's rolling out for the lock screen, where the update makes it easier to learn more about the image on your lock screen when you select the like button. And a lot of these kind of lock screen desktop spotlight changes I would just consider to be bloat, to be quite honest with you. But you may find them useful if that is your thing. And then just to mention that Narrator has a couple of new functions for scan mode, which is an accessibility feature. And then there's a new referral card that will pop up on your homepage for PC Game Pass subscribers on the settings homepage. And with it, Microsoft says you can invite friends and family. Now, I don't have a PC Game Pass subscription, so I won't be seeing that, but you get the idea. And the card only appears when you sign into your PC using your Microsoft account. So Microsoft trying to get more users to use a Microsoft account instead of a local account. And then File Explorer has quite a bit going on. So if we head over to File Explorer, the new feature for File Explorer is that you can now snooze or turn off the Start Backup reminder, which I'm not seeing, but there could be a good reason for that. And that's the Start Backup here in the address bar, because it only applies if you are not already backing up your files and folders, which I am. So that could be why I'm not seeing that feature, but I'll leave a video for that link down below, which will give you a kind of a bigger and better overview as to what I'm mentioning in this video. And to view this new option, you right-click Start Backup, and you can snooze or turn off, which I think is nice because that's just extra clutter if you are not using the feature. And then we get 4 fixes. First of all, The first fix improves performance when it loads folders that have a large number of media files in the File Explorer, which I think is a nice move. That's a bit of a performance boost, which is always welcome. And then when you enter a URL in the address bar, it might not go to the location. That's been fixed. And then here's another one I still haven't received, where the address bar overlaps files when you use the F11 full screen mode. As you can see, something very weird going on there. That still hasn't been fixed, but that's listed as an official fix. But just remember, these fixes are rolling out gradually that I'm mentioning now. But I don't see why Microsoft just doesn't fix these niggly issues. And another one that still hasn't been fixed is the upside down menu for the See More menu. Some people say it has been fixed. I'm still not seeing that fix, so looking out for that one. And then the context menu opens slowly when you right-click Cloud Files. That's also been fixed. And then there's an improvement for thumbnails for Cloud Files that display more consistently in search results. So a couple of gradual fixes that are rolling out for the File Explorer, which is always good to see, even though I am not seeing some of those. And then there's a new feature for the HTML help viewer where the update adds text scaling support. And then they fixed an issue with the start menu where the colors are wrong when you open the Account Manager flyout menu. So that's been addressed if you were experiencing that. And there's a scanner fix where apps might not recognize a scanner that is available when it is connected. So I think that's important. And then we get 3 important audio fixes. The first is the volume might increase to 100% when you wake your PC from sleep. Now that was quite a issue that was doing the rounds, and I posted on that a while back, and that's finally now been fixed with this latest optional update. And then the next fix for audio is you might hear a mute and unmute sound several times. And the third fix for audio is a USB audio device might stop working after your PC is idle for a short time. So important audio fixes rolling out for 24H2. And there's a fix for GDR Plus where after you use GDR Plus to shrink an image, the colors of the image might be wrong. And there's a fix for shared PC. When using a guest account to sign into a PC that is in shared PC mode, it might fail. So that's also important. And there's a fix for the mouse, which also rolled out for 23H2. But just a quick recap for this video is if we head over to mouse pointer and touch, you can choose a color for the mouse that is not the default. And the problem was that previously when you chose a color, it reverted to white after the user account control UAC dialog appears. So that's also a niggly issue that's been fixed. And there's a fix for live captions where if you disconnect an external monitor, the live captions window might not show. Now there are 2 new features that have rolled out that were not available when this update was still in preview, and they are both for camera. I'm not seeing this feature yet, so just to use an image to give you a general idea. The first is there's now multi-app camera, which allows multiple applications to access the camera stream simultaneously, developed with people with hearing disability to provide video streaming for both a sign language interpreter and the end audience at the same time. So I think that's a nice move if you use that and would use that as an accessibility feature. And then here we get a basic camera support, which enables basic camera functionality for improved debugging, recommended as a last resort when your camera is not functioning correctly. So those are 2 new features also rolling out with this update, which are gradually rolling out. Now those are the fixes and new features that are rolling out gradually. Now there are a couple of under the hood improvements taking place because this is a non-security bug fix update. And just to go through 1 or 2 of these very quickly, the update supports daylight saving time changes in Paraguay. It also fixes a open secure shell known issue where the service was failing to start. There's a fix for the Get Help app where it was failing to open on Windows Server 2025. And here's another important fix where they fixed a settings issue where opening settings was showing an error message and the memory could not be read because it stopped responding, and that was the issue. So that's quite an important one that's also been fixed. And then remote desktop receives 2 fixes. The first is apparently there was a display rendering issue when you connected to certain PCs. That's been fixed, and remote desktop stopped responding. That's also been addressed. And then here's another important fix for drag and drop. where the drag and drop functionality wasn't properly moving objects in certain apps and monitor configurations, and this occurred on devices using high DPI displays and apps using legacy DPI scaling modes. So a couple of important fixes taking place under the hood with this update. So quite a lot going on with this 24H2 update, and nice to see that Microsoft is starting to address some of the issues that have been plaguing a lot of users with 24H2. And if we head into our About Windows dialog and menu, just to get our build upgrade. So if you do decide to install the update, because it is optional, the OS build is sitting on 26,100.3323 for Windows 11 24H2. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.